That's all that matters, though. It's that we gonna take this to the top, man. Reaper, Stubbs. Can't change me, wouldn't like me when I'm angry. It might be the reason the TV's gon' man me now. Here's a hand me down, this style it can't be found. Ruins, immortality's what I'm pursuing now. Let's change the game fast like I was changing and teach them that ask me the feature. I happily.
It's good, y'all. Demon D here with another episode. Quick follow-up on the 2017 Durango RT, aka Demon Durango project. So I got a mixed bag for you today, folks. A lot of information out there in the world about Durangos. There's a possibility of a 2020 Hellcat Durango dropping. The SRT 392s haven't been moving as well as dealers would like them. So there's actually even a few 2018s available with $5,000 and $6,000 discounts. This car here has been great to me for the last 2 years. I've done it, everything I've asked it to do. It's done it for me and then some. The mid-muffler delete was a great add-on to the vehicle without spending tons of money on the exhaust to get some nice sound out of it. And just overall great feeling car for what I ended up getting it for. Now, the dilemma I have is the lease is up next year. So this vehicle, when I leased it with a special lease insurance, which allows me to return the vehicle with up to $10,000 worth of physical damage on the vehicle without having to pay for it. Now, tree struck the vehicle, and I was thinking about going through my insurance and getting it painted and so on and so forth, but I really just don't have the time to have the vehicle down like that. And I don't really feel like going through a rent-a-car agency and renting a vehicle that's not going to be what I need it to be, especially for my life right now, what I'm doing. First of all, big shout out, AW, the sponsor. But now, that leads me to my problem. So the lease is up next year. And I have a choice. I could return this vehicle, which I absolutely love, in this bruiser gray with this red leather interior. There's some things with the new red leather interior that I'm not crazy about on the SRTs. Like this part is black instead of red. The armrests are black, I believe, instead of red. This chrome piece is gone and it's all black. And as silly as it sounds, this chrome piece actually brightens up the interior. So there's a couple of things there that I'm not too crazy about that I'd be trading off for this vehicle if I went and got a new one. The other thing is the exterior color, bruiser gray, is no longer available, and I absolutely love this color. So that's a problem for me because I'm slowly falling in love with this truck. And the only other truck that has done this to me was my Acura MDX. I had a 2000... It was a 2008, 2008, and I picked it up in 07. That's what it was. A 2008 Acura MDX Sport with the Bordeaux interior and the magnetic shocks. And I had that vehicle off the lease, and I bought it off the lease because I just fell in love with the vehicle. I even put big wheels on that vehicle. I had 20-inch. I was like one of the first guys in Queens with 20 by 10 stagger in the rear and a 20 by 8.5 in the front. The truck looked sick on niche wheels. I had 285s out back and 255s up front. So yeah, the truck was tough, man. It was a one-of-a-kind pearl white, and I held that vehicle for a minute, and then all of a sudden it started costing a lot of money to maintain it, which I don't like to get into with vehicles unless I'm gonna collect it and keep it for like collector's purposes, which I wasn't doing because I was driving that vehicle. So I traded it in on the X3, and I had that X3 for 3 years, and that thing was a nightmare. Brand new, the only brand new car I've ever gotten that spent more time in the dealership than it did on the road. But shout out to BMW of was it Westbury BMW? Yeah, I believe that one was, no, Raleigh. That one was Raleigh BMW. Shout out to Raleigh BMW and Bob. I mean, they really tried their best to make it right by me, and they really tried their best to do the right thing. And even at the end of the lease, they even tried to do the right thing by getting me into an X5 at a really great price. But at that point, I was just done with the BMW brand, and I was really in love with this Durango, and here we are now, right? 1 year left to go on the lease. I'm in love with the vehicle. It performs. It does everything it needs to do. We've got about 26,000 miles, coming on 26,000 miles with this vehicle. It has seen international turf. It has been to Toronto. It has been to Florida. It has been to northern New York. It has been as far west as Chicago. I can't say enough about this vehicle and how much I love it. So that brings me to the dilemma I have. I could buy this vehicle off the lease with the residual of about $23,000, which is really nothing to pay for this vehicle because it's still basically brand new. And then I could do the body work. I could go get it painted, repainted, bruiser gray. I'd probably shoot the whole car just to keep it consistent because, I don't like patchy paint work. So I'd like to shoot it probably completely. And at that point, I might do some upgrades, some mods to the body that I wanted to do. But then we start to get into a whole build and time all the car off the road. And I need an everyday car still. So that is part of the reason why when I initially started looking at the SRTs, I didn't get them because I knew I was going to be driving a lot and the gas mileage is not as great as it is in the RT, I can imagine. This vehicle in eco mode on the highway will shock you how much miles per gallon. If you set it at 70, 75 miles an hour, you're not going to really lose much time in when you're getting to where you're going to, and the vehicle is going to reward you by having less fill-ups. So I drove this vehicle down to Florida, and I think it only took me 3.5 fill-ups. You know what I mean? So I like almost home, I had to stop and get gas again, and I didn't even have to fill up that much because I was like 100 miles from home. And I just don't like to drive below a quarter tank when I'm doing long road trips. You never know when you're going to hit traffic, and I had kids in the car. So, that's basically where I'm at with this. That's basically the follow-up to the Durango, Demon Durango. We don't know if we're going to move forward with the build. I'm looking at that Hellcat Durango hard because if they come out with the Hellcat Durango, listen, we all know aftermarket modding never comes out as good as manufactured, built with a warranty and engineered. If they come out with that 707 horsepower Durango, I'm getting that shit. Sorry for the curses, but I'm going to do what I got to do to get that because for me in my world right now, that's, the epitome of it, right? So that's it. Anyway, long story short, that's what we're doing. Kindness challenge is up. Done a few acts of kindness myself, feeling really good about myself, feeling really good and grateful that God put those people in my life that I could help them because it's a blessing for myself to see my efforts help somebody else. Hope your efforts are helping somebody else. Hope you guys are taking the kindness challenge serious and doing it for yourselves and enjoying the benefits of what it's like when you can help somebody. Look back there in the back window. Shout out to Mod to Fame. As you can see, get their merch. It's definitely high quality merch. It's been up there for about 1.5 years now, right, Steph? I think Steph, actually that sticker was put there by Gene Mod to Fame. And that's their sticker, and it's been on there. And I got to say, it's high quality because it's been back there through the weather, through the snow, through everything. And it's still the same nice, bright color. Still looks great on the car. And I'm glad I left it on there because everybody gives me a compliment on it. And I say, hey, go get your own. So, yeah, guys. But, yeah, we're here. We're thinking about what we're going to do with Demon Durango. Leave in the comment section what you guys think I should do with this vehicle. Should I keep it? Should I move forward with the build, knowing that the build is probably somewhere in the $20K budget already because the supercharger is $7,000. Ancillary stuff I'm going to have to do to accommodate the supercharger and the motor and the stock car is going to probably be another $3,000 because I'm going to have to actually put a real exhaust on this car then. And ECU tuning, gonna have to go to 93 octane gas at that point because we're gonna want the car to make optimum power, and we're gonna make sure that we have a good tune and we're good to go that way. So there's some issues that way, which I'm not even sure yet because I really love the truck. If I spend the $20,000 that way, that's fine. If I spend the $20,000 and go get a new SRT 392, I don't know if I'm ready for the 392. I honestly don't think it's for me. They're great cars. They're fast as hell. I seen them at the track run 13.5 on big tires on 22s. So that's a very respectable vehicle. The fastest slip I got for this truck is 15 flat. You know what I mean? And that's a 1.5 seconds faster for one motor upgrade, and it's got a warranty. So there's nothing, I don't badmouth the SRT. I'm talking about for my personal life, that small gain for the gas mileage loss and certain other things about the vehicle. It's a very special vehicle. And I use my vehicle daily in a daily application, in a hard application. So to spend the extra money for a specialty vehicle to use it in that application, I mean, you can see my vehicle. It's got dent scratches. It gets around. It drives. I keep it clean. I take care of it, but it goes through its stuff. So it's not really cost effective or smart for me to spend that extra money on a specialty vehicle to use it the way I use it. But I'll give you more updates as it comes along, and I'll let you know when as the lease date comes along. We're probably going to get out of this vehicle before that date because that's usually how it works. And I'll keep you guys abreast of the situation. Stay blessed. Stay kind.